Leatherman is having a big spring, and I'm not really sure what to think about it. Let's get started with some of the news. Now, there's three main topics. One of the things that I was surprised about was I got the Leatherman Insider, and it said, guess what? The Skeletool is getting a new bit kit and a new pouch. And I'm thinking of like a new bit kit, maybe a new way to carry bits or a toolkit with extra stuff included. And I was actually really looking forward to that. I didn't really even think about what that means. And on the screen, I'll show you what it means. So what it means is the normal Leatherman bit kit just comes in a different color that insiders, I think some of us could have already bought, but now other people can buy. It may come in some bright spring colors that are a little different, but it's the same thing in a different color that people could 3D print now, probably at your house, and maybe even make it better. Now, one of the things I did not take into account is also the Leatherman tool pouch is changing colors. If you need a very bright, I mean a very bright tool pouch, it now comes in Teal Twist, which is that blue and then like a neon green. Also the Aurora, which is a very bright orange, the green, and maybe the blue, I think it is. These are very bright colors. If you do not want to lose your pouch, then these are the way to go, but they will run you $30. While I can see that a color change is good for Leatherman to make more money, good for collectors to add their collection, to me, I don't think it's that exciting. So once again, we get fed a color change, this time in a bit kit. Great. Now, the next bit of news is actually really different because it seems like Tim Leatherman, as his last hurrah, has written a book. I have already pre-ordered it on Amazon. I will show a picture of it on the screen. It does seem like a fascinating insight into Tim Leatherman's journey. I don't think there's many multi-tool books out there. I've got several on some Victorinox tools that are sort of fun to look at, but I do think it would be neat to see a book on or about Leatherman. Now, there is the book about the PST that has recently gone into the second edition, and some people have invested amazing amount of effort into that book. I have not picked that up yet because I'm not a PST collector, serious collector like some people are. I think I might have 2 or 3 PSTs. Now, here in front of us are some of the major designs that I believe Tim Leatherman designed completely, or at least was very involved with. The Leatherman PST, the Leatherman Mini, which has these expandable handles, then wraps up into a very small package. This is the side clip, the flare with this dessert fork, the PST2 that comes with scissors, and then the crunch, and I think several other ones as well. But yeah, so Tim Leatherman definitely is a genius. He designed some of the best multi-tools on the market. Fantastic inventor. Really good businessman, in that he got his company from a dream to a reality, which is rare. So his book is 288 pages. I definitely think it's worth buying. Hardcover is $35. So I think if you buy this book directly through Leatherman, perhaps you do get the OPNR, the small multi-tool that is their latest release, if you call it that. But yeah, so it's called the Leatherman book. Stories, lesson, advice from the inventor of America's original multi-tool. So he talks about how he built his company, life lessons. It should be an interesting resource for those of us in the multi-tool world. So yeah, I think that's a good thing that Tim Leatherman did, but I don't think it's the best thing. I would have preferred him to jump back in and maybe make one last multi-tool for the world that they could sell. I think that would be really great, but he must be pretty convinced that he's left his business in capable hands, or he's just done. But it would have been great to have one last hurrah from him if he had come back, maybe with like the Mr. Crunch, and they would have made that available for everyone with his signature on it or something. I think that would have been really cool. So I guess to some extent, part of me wishes that Tim Leatherman would have worked on a tool sort of like this right here. I'm excited to share this with you guys in the future. I plan to have a modding series on this. Really happy with how this turned out. Now I just need to do some fine tuning, but I will share this with you guys coming up. So as comes with the territory on YouTube, I get a lot of negative comments about how I hate Leatherman, how I only talk about cheap Chinese junk, and on the comments go, which I understand. That is YouTube. That is the world we live in. Just so you guys know that are invested in this channel, I do have a fairly large Leatherman collection. This is just a very small part. This is just the Skeletool version. So obviously I like the Skeletool a little bit. I think it is a pretty neat, lightweight design. One of my favorite versions to carry of this is actually this latest design in the Coyote Tan, where I added the Gerber armbar scissor. And I do have a series, if you become a member of the channel, where I talk about how you also can make it fairly easily. Yeah, so the Skeletool I think is a fantastic tool. Through the years, it has come in a ton of different colors. And guess what? It's coming in 3 more, but there is a catch that makes it a little bit more special. So coming to the Skeletool family is the 3 new colors for this spring, which is Aurora. It's an orange, green, and blue combo. The Nocturnal is a dark blue and black mix. And then the different one, sort of the, not really the dark horse, but the light horse, is the Sandstorm. It's brown and beige blend. And the knife is also included in the chain. So with the Skeletool, you basically get usually just the silver or the black blade. That's basically all you get usually, but some of them do have different patterns on them. But with this one, even the blade changes on the Sandstorm. Now, another fascinating thing is if you don't want the Skeletool, there is a Skeletool KB. So that is the half tool, and that also comes in these 3 new colors. I don't think this will be for many people, but the Sandstorm is a little different, but still it's just a different color, which Leatherman really gets a little disappointing.